Hi, we have a word problem in problem 54. These are the ones I kind of stayed away from in class because they just take too long of a time to do in class. So when I'm in my office, it doesn't take me as long because I can write all the stuff on the board before I do the problem. In class, I have to write all the stuff down, and by the time I get it all written down, it's 5 minutes that's gone by just writing the problem down. But anyway, um, this is problem number 54, and it's about a car rental company and how they charge. And we want to write a function based on those charges. And once we get the function, we want to graph that function. But what they do is they charge a weekly rate of $95. And there's a daily rate of $24 until it exceeds the weekly rate. And then at that point, the weekly rate kicks in. So, and they also said part of a day counts as a full day. So you can't have 8.5 days. If you had 8.5 days, that'd be 9 days. So it's a full day. If you're there till noon, you got to for the whole day. So, and what we want is a cost function between the 7 and 14 day mark. So we're not interested in what's happening before the 7th day mark. Now here's the deal. So if you're there for if you get the car for the whole week, 7 days, it's going to be $95. Then on the 8th day, you're going to get charged for the $95 for the weekly rate, plus the extra $24 for the next day. And so if you have another one, like for 9 days, you'll have $95 plus 24 and 24. So as you can tell, it's going to keep adding 24 after that 7th day, depending on how many days you have it. They're going to keep doing that until you keep adding those 24s until it exceeds another $95. And at that point, the next $95 kick in. So the cost function is going to be, okay, now remember, it's between 7 to 14 days. We don't care about what happens between the 1st day to the 6th day, okay? We want just 7 to 14. Now, so like I said, you're going to get charged $95 for that weekly rate for that 7th day. Okay, then it's going to be $25 a day, okay, times X. Well, not really X, because X is going to be the number of days you have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that number, subtract 7. And what I'm going to say, well, this is X has to be between 7 and a certain number of days, and I don't know what that is quite yet. And you're like, why is X minus 7? Well, if it's 7 days exactly, then you have it for the week. So that's why I subtract 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. 0 times 24 is 24 plus your $95 charge. If you have an 8th day, 8 minus 7 is 1. 1 times 24 is 24 plus your 95. So it'll be 95 plus the 24, like I said a while ago. And then if you had 9 days, then it'd be 2 extra days. 9 minus 7 is 2. And then 2 times 24 is 48. So you have 48 plus your 95. And it keeps going that way until it exceeds the $95. Well, if you just think about it, $24 for one day, $48 for the second day extra, then $72, and then $96. And that $96 one is when it exceeds the 95. So on that 4th day, then you might as well just go ahead and be charged for 2 weeks. So remember, so between 7, 8, and 8, 9, and 10. So between 7 and 10, that means you're going to get charged 10 minus 7 is 3, so it'll be 3 extra days. And then 3 times 24 is 72, and then 72 plus 95 is whatever. But on that 11th day, okay, you'll have 11 minus 7 is 4, and then 4 times 24 is $96. And you don't want to get charged an extra $1. So after the 10th day, you might as well be charged just 2 weeks. And 2 weeks is actually $190. So $190 is 2-week rental. And so it's going to stay that way on the 11th day, the 12th day, the 13th day, and the 14th day. So if you're going to keep the car for 11 days, you might as well keep it an extra 3 or 4 days, because you're going to charge the same amount from the rental company regardless. So X is somewhere between 11 and 14. Now, probably the hardest thing in this problem is that to figure out what this is right here. A lot of people would just say 24 times x. And you can do that, but the problem is you have to move everything back 7. Because if you just put 24x and have the car 10 days, you're going to have 24 times 10. That's $240. So you don't really want to do it that way. So this is just an expression to tell us how many days after the 7 you're going to have. So like I said, if you have 9 days, you have 2 extra days. 9 minus 7 is 2. So now you can clean this up if you like. And so this expression right here, 24 times x is 24x. And then 24 times 7, I believe, is a minus 168. So I think, yeah, 168. And then plus your 95. So it becomes 24x. And then negative 168 minus 95 is a minus 73. So this right here just turns out to be 24x minus 73. So if you want to know, well, what is in 8 days, then 24 times 8 minus 73, whatever that is, that's your charge for the year, 7 for having that car 8 days. Now between 7 and 10 is going to be this, and then 190 for anything after 11 to 14. So what you want to do is you want to graph this, and it's kind of hard to graph in a way, but I'm going to show you how to do a graph without going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way out here. That becomes a very, very painful way of doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do a graph when you're only interested in numbers between 7 and 14, which is outside that. So this is a little break in the graph, and so then you're interested in 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then between the 11th day and the 14th day, it's a flat charge of $190. So it appears 190. You're like, why do you put 190? It's got to be somewhere up there. And I'm going to scale it any way I want to scale it. So it's 190. So from the 11th day, it's going to be 190 to the 14th day. So it's a flat charge after that. It's a flat charge. And then from the 7th day to the 10th day, it's going to be this. So to get those numbers, you can just plug 7 in and get a point, plug 10 in and get a point, and then you'll have 2 points like so, and then plot those points. And I don't have a calculator, and so it might take me a little bit, but what you would do is you do 24 times 7 minus 73, get that answer and plot that point wherever that's at, and then do 24 times 10 minus 73. That's a little easier. 240 minus 73, which is 167. So on the 10th day, it'll be $167. So right there, about 167 is good enough right there. So right there. And I don't know what this is. You'll have to figure out what 24 times 7 is minus 73, and then plot those. So, and if you're wondering what about 10.5, well, the thing is, if you have anywhere between 10 and 11, they're going to charge 11 days anyway. Remember I said there can't be up to a partial. So technically what you could do is extend this segment past that. And then that way it won't be any gap in your graph. So like I said, if you have it for 10.5 days, they're going to charge you the same price as 11 days anyway. So do you really have to do that? Not really, I guess, but it does look better when there's no gap in there. So, but anyway, that's the idea on problem number 54. But again, that's why I do it like on a video like this. This is what's going on. The biggest thing is trying to get it from words to an equation. And when I do it, I basically eliminate a lot of the information that's kind of pointless. I really didn't start my writing stuff down until I got to about the second line into the problem. So the first line is just kind of set up everything as what's going on, what's the company's name and everything else. The nitty-gritty doesn't start a little bit farther into the problem. So you kind of have to read these things 2 or 3 times. And then what I do is I put it in outline form. What's important information? There's a weekly rate of $95. There's a daily rate of $24 until the weekly rate exceeds the weekly rate. You don't want them to charge you for 5 days, because if you do 24 times 5, that's $120. You might as well let them have them charge you for just a $95 flat weekly rate. So that's what the information is at. And then also then part of a day counts as a full day. So I kind of put it in the kind of outline form, and then I tell them, well, what do you want? And what they want is usually in the last sentence. They want me to give me a cost function between 7 and 14 days. And then also want you to graph the function. So that's what they want. So I'm not saying they're easy. Okay, it does take a little bit of brain power to get these things done. But reading it 2 or 3 times, and I sometimes will read, if I get kind of confused, I read the problem backwards. Not the last word to the first word, but sentence by sentence backwards. Because I'll read what they want at the very last, read that sentence, and then read the second to the last sentence, kind of going back. Okay, because by the time, a lot of times these problems are that long, and then when you read that first 2 lines, you kind of lose interest, and you kind of lose your concentration, and you haven't even got to the important information yet. So that's why I like reading kind of from the back side to the front side. So just little tidbits of hints of how to do word problems. So that's it.